Imagine this hall is our classroom. In this class, I see future leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs. Now imagine tomorrow morning you wake up for the class. You put on your uniform and you're ready to learn. But as you reach the school doors, they are closed. You ask why, and they tell you you are not allowed to go to school anymore. Not because you failed a test or broke a rule, but simply because you are a woman. As you stand there shocked, all your male classmates walk inside. They tell you, maybe next week or month. So you start counting 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, and one day you realize that it has been 5 years now and the world kept moving without you. Now, what if I tell you that this is happening right now? This is the reality of millions of women and girls living in Afghanistan under a system of gender apartheid. And 5 years ago, it became my reality too. In August 15, 2021, Taliban took control of Afghanistan. In just weeks, they banned girls' education beyond grade 6. They pushed women out of universities, workplaces, and public life. They imposed a system of domination, segregation, and gender apartheid. I was just a 15-year-old student at the time with big dreams and ambitions. I was leading a small initiative supporting children in my city and working on this short novel about to be published. Everything felt so possible and reachable. Then suddenly, in just one day, all the doors that I worked so hard for were locked. With Taliban in power, my family had no choice but to leave the country. So we sought refuge in our neighboring country, Pakistan. But as refugees, most of those doors remained closed. For an entire year, I could not go to school due to my status as a refugee. And it was there that I realized in situations like this, access to education isn't only about learning. Sometimes education becomes an act of resistance and defiance. So I told myself that if I cannot enter a classroom, I will find another way. And this is how I discovered online courses. With online courses, I learned skills like coding and web development. In just few weeks and months, I was able to build real projects. I remember this one morning, laptop in my hand and open, I ran to the kitchen to show my mom this weather predictor I had just built. It was a very simple and basic project, but for the first time in such a long time, I saw my mom's face light up. I felt something that I thought I had lost it forever, hope. And once I felt hope, I couldn't just keep it for myself. So I decided to do something, to share what I know with girls in Afghanistan who were denied education, and to refugees like me who could not go to school. I designed a brochure and posted online. All I was hoping for was for 1 or 2 girls to show up. That was it. But to my surprise, 30 girls showed up. So for the next few weeks and months, I was waking up early in the morning, practicing each lesson over and over again before teaching. And it was there that I learned one of the most important lessons of my life, that the opposite of hopelessness is not certainty. The opposite of hopelessness is action, especially small and imperfect actions. The decision to do something before you feel ready. In December of 2022, my family and we arrived in Canada. After 1 long year, I finally went back to school. My dreams felt more reachable and possible. But I could not stop thinking about all the girls I left behind. The girls who were still counting the days. The girls who were still waiting behind closed doors for a tiny opportunity to continue their learning. So I kept going. What started with a small online course turned into a grassroots organization supported by volunteers all across the world. Together, we have reached thousands of girls through various initiatives. We have even established a library in the heart of Afghanistan, Kabul, where girls come together to read, learn, and remind each other and the world that their minds and their dreams still matter. For a long time, I believed that change belonged to those in positions of power, like our world leaders, politicians, or even adults with titles and experiences. But my journey taught me the opposite, that change can begin with each one of us, even if that change is a tiny drop in a vast ocean. I thought I was opening one door for one girl, but that one action created a ripple that reached thousands. At the beginning of this talk, I asked you to imagine a door closing on you. Now, I ask you to imagine opening one. One door, one opportunity, one act of resistance, and one act of hope, because you never know how far a ripple can reach. Thank you.